greeting and intro. Welcome to the latest video from Motorize.de, your #1 source for new and used parts. Today, it's all about the Husqvarna TE570, the no-compromise enduro from the Versand era. We'll cover its strengths and weaknesses and what to watch for when buying. Quick heads up, beneath the slim tank beats a 576C single, fed by a Keihin FCR41 carb, often kickstart only with a manual decompression lever. Stick around if you appreciate raw grunt, low weight, and honest mechanics. History and development. The TE570 arrived in 2001 as a transitional big-bore 4-stroke in Husqvarna's lineup and stayed in production through 2003, depending on the market. Built at Kagiva's Versand plant, it effectively closed out the era of large displacement Husky singles before the lighter TE510 generation took over in 2004. Signature features included a liquid-cooled 4-valve head, a chromoly frame, and depending on the year, a Sachs or Öhlins shock. Sold alongside was the TE570E with electric start. A period detail, the Kokusan ignition with a separate pickup coil, which keeps the punchy single in check, as long as the electrics are healthy. Key specs 576 cubic centimeters, a Keihin FCR41 carburetor with accelerator pump, a 6-speed box, and a hydraulic Magura clutch. That's what the big single brings to the table. Up front, a 45mm Marzocchi USD fork, out back an Öhlins shock with linkage. Brembo brakes with 260mm front and 220mm rear discs rein in 21 18-inch wheels. Dry weight around 115 kilograms, seat height about 960 millimeters, fuel tank roughly 9.5 liters. Oil capacity about 1.7 liters, with Kokusan ignition. The bolted aluminum subframe keeps the rear end light yet durable, provided the mounting points are torqued correctly and checked regularly. Design and ergonomics. Visually, the TE570 wears Husqvarna's classic white, blue, and yellow, paired with a slim, translucent tank. The narrow transition from tank to the long, flat seat makes it easy to shift your weight and move around the bike. Practical touch. The foam air filter sits behind the left side panel and is accessed tool-free via a Zeus fastener. A wide aluminum handlebar, grippy pegs, and Magura controls define the cockpit. The classic enduro headlight shroud with a halogen lamp keeps things minimalist. And out back, the aluminum subframe has room for a small tool pouch or an enduro tail bag. Handling and everyday usability. Off-road, the 570 delivers strong, low-end grunt and stout engine braking, perfect for roots, ledges, and steep climbs. The 45mm Marzocchi fork and Öhlins shock smooth out square-edge hits and stay planted at speed. As a daily, it takes planning. A 9.5-liter tank, a lofty 960mm seat height, and in many cases, kickstart only. The manual decompression lever helps with hot starts. The Keihin FCR is beautifully responsive, but wants spot-on jetting. On the road, vibes in the narrow seat make themselves known. Short hops are fine, but long hauls are best left to other bikes. Strengths and highlights. The TE570 serves up brutal yet beautifully controllable torque from way down low. The big Husky single starts pulling just above idle. The chassis blends precision with rock-solid line holding, and the Brembo setup delivers confident, easily modulated braking. A standout touch. The hydraulic Magura clutch with its light pull, saving your left hand in tricky sections. The flat slide carb's accelerator pump gives instant throttle response, while the wide ratio 6-speed keeps rev headroom for fast liaison sections. Add a taut, needle-bearing rear linkage, and traction and stability remain the 570's calling cards. Weak spots and common issues. A bit of roughness comes with the territory. Noticeable vibrations tend to loosen the aluminum subframe fasteners, and carrying luggage can invite cracks. The low oil capacity means frequent changes, and the wet clutch can overheat. Hot starts can be finicky, especially if the Keihin FCR isn't set up right. Electrically, the Kokusan ignition's pickup coil is a known failure point. On e-start models, the starter freewheel Sprag clutch is another weak link. Also check the water pump shaft for play and leaks, and inspect the timing chain and tensioner for wear. Hard enduro use can loosen rear wheel spokes. Regular retruing helps. Accessories and customization options for more range bolt on a 13-liter IMS or Clark tank. Off-road, a skid plate and radiator guards are smart insurance. For supermoto builds, 17-inch wheel sets with a 320mm rotor and a caliper relocation bracket are the go-to. The big carbureted single really wakes up with carefully dialed jetting or a kit like DynoJet, and an add-on fan keeps temps in check when the going gets tight. Shock preload collars and stiffer fork springs sharpen the suspension. Note: TE570E electric start retrofit parts are scarce and pricey. More often than not, a well-sorted kickstart setup is the smarter move. Market value and buying checklist. In 2025, running TE570s typically go for €2,500 to €4,000. Stock, road-legal examples with a recent service fetch more. Condition beats model year. Regular oil changes, documented valve clearance checks, and a healthy timing chain are key. Check for play in the suspension linkage and steering head bearings, cracks in the aluminum subframe, and any water pump leaks. Test the electrics when it's hot. Misfires often point to the Kokusan pickup coil. A rebuilt Magura clutch slave is a plus, and don't buy without complete paperwork and an E-marked exhaust can. Conclusion and buying advice. The Husqvarna TE570 is a tool for seasoned enduro riders who want raw punch and a direct mechanical feel. Its 576cc four-stroke serves up massive torque. The chassis, 45mm Marzocchi up front and an Öhlins shock out back, stays composed, and the Brembo brakes have a clean, precise bite. Look for bikes with freshly serviced suspension, a new timing chain kit, and a properly jetted Keihin FCR. An added radiator fan never hurts. If you want more all-round manners, a TE Forfeit 510 is the more relaxed choice. But for tight single-track, enduro racing, and rally stages, the 570 delivers. No compromises.